Man, I've been slacking, chat. There's been a lot of things that have went down ever since I uploaded that Frigo facility tour and the RWE video. First of all, well, Lamine beats Messi in the World Cup final. Passing of the torch, because Messi is the GOAT. I'm sorry. I don't think Ronaldo's the GOAT. I don't glaze him like IShowSpeed literally glazes and worships him. And a lot of NBA transactions. Let's start from the top. Giannis goes to the Heat. Jaylen Brown goes to the Sixers. Paul George, at 40 years old, goes to the Celtics. John Morant goes to the Portland Jail Blazers. Bro's about to go to jail now in Portland. Andre Drummond to the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson to the Celtics. Bro just joined the Ops.
What?
And finally, the main topic of this video, LeBron James goes to the Sixers, bro. It's GG's for the league, man. I'm sorry. The league is cooked. They're not losing. I don't see them losing. When healthy, obviously, you know, Joel Embiid, there's always something going on. He always gets hurt somehow. But if you look at that starting roster, yeah, there's no one stopping them. Now, the bench has a lot to improve. Now they do have Anthony Simons, which he's actually a great pickup off the bench, and a couple of players that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but they look really good. But have y'all ever noticed that every time LeBron goes to another team, it's always when the World Cup is in action? When he announces his free agency, it's always when the year of the World Cup is bro a World Cup fan? Like, oh my gosh. I think we can predict now what LeBron might do in the next 4 or 8 years from now. So who knows what his next team might be, but we do know for sure he's gonna make the decision during the World Cup. I think it's kind of smart and strategic because it kind of takes the attention away from him, all that pressure, like, oh, where's LeBron gonna go? Oh, where's LeBron gonna go? Because everyone's so distracted of what's going on in the World Cup. It takes the pressure off of him when he makes these type of decisions. Because think about it. When he first made his free agency move in Cleveland, the decision from Cleveland to Miami, the World Cup was on in 2010. Y'all remember that? And remember in 2014 when he came back to Cleveland, I'm coming home. Cleveland, this is for you. He came back. But guess what was going on? The 2014 World Cup. And then when he made his big splash to LA, guess what it was going on then? The 2018, bro. It's a pattern, bro. The 2018 World Cup. Bro, you gotta believe me. It's very interesting how he makes these decisions. I don't know if it's strategic, but it definitely takes the weight off his shoulders when he makes these type of decisions when he's in free agency, because everyone's so distracted, like I mentioned earlier. But is LeBron also a World Cup fan secretly? I don't know. I'm kind of curious because all of his decisions have been made when he jumps to another team while he's watching the World Cup. I don't know if he's a big soccer fan. Now, I have seen his golf swing though, and it's mid, but it's really interesting, guys. Like, I don't know what type of correlation that he has, but what I do know it's really smart. Like, if you can distract a whole world from making a big time decision like that, if you can get them distracted and then just hold out and then you make the decision right then and there, I think that's just 1,000 level IQ type of play right there. Like, he's a genius. He's very methodic. Remember, LeBron he always cares about his image and how he carries himself and what it looks to the media. Like, he's very strategic. Very strategic. Now, let's talk about his decision to go to the Sixers. Everybody's saying it's ring chasing and he's trying to get another championship to try to tie Michael Jordan for 6 rings. And he is running out of time. I'm not gonna lie. Bro is 50 years old. 40. Sorry, but you know I'm exaggerating the numbers a little bit. To me, obviously it's a good move for him because he's in a winning situation. But again, not everything is promised in sports, especially when injuries are involved, because Now we have to worry about, is Joel Embiid going to be there for the playoffs? Because here's the thing with the Joel Embiid. It's either he's going to play 80 games or he's only going to play 20 games. There's nothing in between with this guy. There's always something that goes on with Joel Embiid. He always magically gets hurt somehow. And fun fact, Joel Embiid has never been to a conference final. So with this roster that they have, you have championship experience, and Jaylen Brown is arguably the best player on that team because way better defender than Tyrese Maxey. LeBron, again, is 50 years old, so he's not going to be playing defense that much. Sorry. Joel Embiid, a walking pin cushion because he could get injured on the spot. Bro, he could get injured just sitting down on the couch, bro. Like, that's how bad Joel Embiid's situation is. Everybody's hating on Anthony Davis when he gets hurt. Sorry, I'm a little off topic, but at least when it counted the most, Anthony Davis did help LeBron win a ring in 2020. So we can wipe that off of Anthony Davis's record. We can give him a clean slate because he actually won something. Now Embiid did win MVP, but he's hurt all the time and he hasn't really showed in those moments that he can win. That's still to be questionable. Can he win when it counts the most? We don't know. But this roster that he has right now, currently constructed, can beat a lot of teams. And I believe they can beat the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals if they meet. And obviously they're gonna beat Boston because their offensive firepower is insane. Like, I haven't even mentioned VJ Edgecombe, but Jaylen Brown is the best player on that team, and I will believe he will carry that team to the finals when healthy. The media was expecting LeBron to either go back to Cleveland, back to Miami, or link up with Steph Curry for 1 year and try to win a championship with the Warriors. I was expecting him to come back home for Cleveland, have that movie star type ending up for his career because of what he's accomplished, and why not try to win a ring in Cleveland again? But that didn't happen. And realistically, I don't think he was going to win a ring in Cleveland because are we really going to trust James Harden to play defense at his age now? I like James Harden, but the one thing about him is just he can't play defense. Not at this age anymore. He used to be able to do that back in OKC, but he's just not the same guy. And Donovan Mitchell, yes, he can carry your team, but he's also injury prone and he's a little streaky in my opinion. I didn't think he was just gonna win there. But linking up with Steph Curry, I thought was gonna be a weak move because yes, they are 40 years old, but LeBron has been known for pacing himself during the regular season and then able to dominate in the playoffs because he takes care of his body. Bro spends $1 million on his body. Like, y'all never heard that? Like, he literally optimizes his body well to be able to play for this long. That's why I'm not surprised that he's able to do that, because when I heard that he spends millions on his own body, I'm like, okay, this guy's like a machine or something. But anyway, I thought linking with the Warriors would have been a weak move because yes, they are 50, but you're telling me LeBron James and Steph Curry, both having the highest IQs ever in basketball history on offense, couldn't get you a trip to the Western Conference Finals at least? Come on now. Like, you can't be serious. That would work. Even at this age, it would work. Like, come on now. Don't hit me with that.
What?
I still think that's ring chasing. Now, the team that he is on right now, that's kind of ring chasing. I'm not gonna lie, but I have respect for LeBron James, so I nip it in the bud. But what this means for his legacy, I don't know what this means for his legacy because he is in his 40s, so he's just trying to tie Michael Jordan for rings, and his window's getting short, so I see why he's doing this. And he even said it himself, he believes he could win a championship in this city with the roster currently constructed. Now, I don't know how people feel about this, but the LeBron fans are hypnotized thinking this ain't a ring chasing move. It is, but you can't. It's really hard to argue with a LeBron fan knowing they're gonna defend him with an inch of their lives. It really is, bro. Like, please stop glazing. Like, y'all know it's a ring chasing move. I seen people on social media like, oh, where we're gonna go to, LeBron? Where we're gonna go to, LeBron? Oh, LeBron, you didn't tell me you're going to Philly. I'm moving with you. Like, come on, bro. That's so much. That's Hall of Fame type of glazing, bro. Like, what are we doing? That's like Flight glazing Steph Curry, man, bro. Stop. But legacy-wise, I think this kind of hurts just a little bit because you're at the end of your career and you're still ring chasing. That's what the media is going to say. I support LeBron. Like, this is a winning situation, so he wants to tie Jordan in rings. But I think he's surpassed Jordan in a couple of areas, and which is, again, up for debate. This is for y'all's debate. If you think LeBron's the GOAT, cool, I respect it. If you think Jordan's the GOAT, cool, I'll respect that too. Me, personally, I think Jordan is still the GOAT because he was able to manage his situation and stay in one area and ended up getting rings. Like, yes, LeBron has traded for players and all this other stuff. Jordan did the same thing, but he never left. Now, an argument you can make for LeBron, everywhere he goes, he wins a ring. So that's an argument right there. Like, everywhere he goes, every team, oh my gosh, I'm slipping up again, bro.
Psych!
Every team that picks up LeBron is almost guaranteed a ring the second year. Because, again, there's a pattern. When he was in Miami, he won a ring his second year. When he went back to Cleveland, his second year, won a ring. When he was in LA, his second year, won a ring. So, again, you see all these patterns, and I'm believing he could win a ring in his second year in Philly, or maybe his first year. He might break it. I don't know. But what I do know is when you have LeBron James on your team, you have a chance of winning. Yes, you can hate on him for joining teams and starting super teams, but you can't hate on him winning. He always wins. You got to respect that at least. And speaking of winning, well, actually, I don't know if this is a win, but I went up against Cam Wilder. Oh my gosh, I messed it up.
Psych!
Speaking of competition, I went up against Cam So Smooth 1v1. Yes, I went up against Cam So Smooth at Friga's facility. And it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really challenged myself and I surprised myself. If you want to watch that video, it's gonna be right here. And I'll see y'all on the other side.